In the bustling town of Riverton, nestled between rolling hills and vibrant markets, lived a young woman named Sarah. For as long as she could remember, Sarah had dreamed of opening her own bookstore, a cozy haven filled with stories that inspired and comforted others. Every evening, she would sketch her vision in a worn notebook, a charming facade, warm lighting, and shelves overflowing with books of every kind. However, there was a shadow that loomed over her dreams: fear and self-doubt. The thought of failing haunted her, whispering that she wasn't good enough, that her ideas were foolish. Every time she considered taking the leap, the fear of what others might think held her back. One chilly autumn morning, Sarah was at the local cafe, sketching designs for her dream bookstore. She looked up to see an elderly man sitting at the next table, deeply engrossed in a book. Intrigued, she leaned over and asked, "What are you reading?" The man looked up, his eyes twinkling. It's a story about resilience. It's about a young woman who faced her fears and built her own empire." "Sounds inspiring," Sarah replied, her curiosity piqued. He smiled knowingly. "We all have our battles, don't we? What's holding you back from pursuing your dreams?" Her heart raced. "I'm afraid of failing. What if no one comes to my store? What if I disappoint everyone?" The man leaned closer, his voice soft yet firm. "Fear is a natural part of any journey. But remember, every great achievement begins with the courage to take that first step. You can't let fear decide your future." His words resonated deeply, but Sarah still felt uncertain. She returned home, pondering his advice. That night, she decided to reach out to her childhood friend, Mia, who had recently launched a successful bakery. Sarah admired Mia's determination and resilience. Mia answered her call, her voice bright and encouraging. "Sarah, it's so good to hear from you. How's your bookstore dream coming along?" With a shaky breath, Sarah confessed her fears. "Mia, I'm terrified. What if I fail? What if no one cares?" Mia laughed gently. "Oh, I get it. I felt the same way when I started my bakery. But you know what? Each failure was a lesson. Every setback taught me something invaluable. You've got to embrace the journey, Sarah. It's all part of the growth." Inspired by Mia's words, Sarah decided to take action. She set a goal to host a small community event at the cafe where they had met, inviting locals to share their favorite books and stories. She wanted to connect with the community and test the waters before committing to her dream fully. On the day of the event, Sarah's heart raced as she set up tables, arranged chairs, and placed a banner that read, "Story Share, a celebration of books." As people trickled in, her anxiety peaked. What if no one showed up? But as the clock struck 6, the cafe filled with laughter and chatter. To her astonishment, the event was a success. People shared their stories, discussed their favorite books, and even exchanged recommendations. Sarah felt an overwhelming sense of joy and belonging. She realized that she wasn't alone. The community embraced her passion and vision. With newfound confidence, Sarah took the next step. She started a crowdfunding campaign to raise funds for her bookstore. This time, she shared her journey openly on social media, documenting her struggles and triumphs. The responses poured in: supportive messages, donations, and even offers of help from local artists and writers. Weeks turned into months, and soon Sarah secured a space for her bookstore. She named it the Story Nest, a place where stories would come to life. As she stood in the empty space, visualizing her dream, she felt a surge of determination. She could already hear the laughter, the pages turning, and the conversations that would fill the air. On opening day, a line formed outside the door. When the clock struck 10, Sarah opened the doors to her bookstore, greeted by a chorus of cheers. As she welcomed her first customers, her heart swelled with gratitude. She had conquered her fears and turned her dreams into reality. From that day on, Sarah made it her mission to inspire others. She started a book club and hosted workshops for aspiring entrepreneurs, sharing her story and encouraging them to embrace their fears. "Fear is just a stepping stone," she would say. "Every great journey begins with a single step." And so, the Story Nest became more than just a bookstore. It became a sanctuary of inspiration and courage for everyone who walked through its doors.